There was once a boy named Jake who lived in a small town. He wasn't rich. In fact, he didn't even have a proper bicycle like the other kids. He had an old, broken bike frame that barely worked. The tires were flat, the chain kept falling off, and the seat was torn. But Jake didn't complain. Every day after school, he worked on that bike. He saved up money from doing odd jobs, washing cars, helping neighbors, collecting bottles. Every dollar went into fixing that bike. People laughed at him, especially the rich kids with brand new BMX bikes. One day, there was a race in town. The winner would get a brand new mountain bike. Everyone signed up, even Jake. The other kids mocked him. "You really think that junk bike is going to win?" Jake didn't answer. He just smiled. When the race began, the other kids sped off. But Jake, with his steady hands and a heart full of fire, pushed forward. His bike creaked and squeaked, but he didn't stop. He remembered every hour he worked on that bike, every insult he ignored. And somehow, Jake won, not because his bike was the best, but because he never gave up. After the race, the town cheered. The same kids who once laughed now wanted to be like him. But Jake didn't care about fame. He just looked at his old bike and whispered, "We did it."
There was a teenage boy named Mark who always sat alone in the back of a class. Quiet, distant. Nobody really noticed him, except for one teacher, Mr. Evans. One day, Mr. Evans asked Mark to stay after class. He gently said, "I noticed you always sit in the same empty spot. Is everything okay?" Mark stayed silent for a moment, then finally whispered, "That chair used to be my brother's." Mr. Evans didn't say anything. He just sat with Mark. No questions. No pressure. Just presence. A few weeks later, Mark started talking more. Participating. Smiling. He even made a few friends. Years passed. Mark graduated top of his class and gave a speech at the ceremony. He ended with this line. One teacher saw the empty chair, and instead of ignoring it, he chose to sit beside it. That changed everything.
In a quiet village, there lived a boy named Stuart. He was different. Every night, while others slept, he climbed to the roof and stared at the sky, not to wish, not to dream, but to listen. You see, Stuart could hear the stars. To him, they sang. Each star had a different voice. Some whispered like wind, others hummed like violins. No one believed him, of course. His parents thought he was just imaginative. The kids called him the space weirdo. But Stuart didn't care. He wrote down the melodies. He followed the rhythm. And one night, the stars went silent. All but one. A bright blue star pulsed in the sky, louder than ever, and Stuart followed its sound deep into the forest. There, glowing under the trees, was a fallen meteor. But not just any meteor, it was humming the same melody he heard for years. And, in the center of it, was a silver stone. When Stuart touched it, everything changed. His body lit up, his mind expanded. For a moment, he saw the universe, galaxies dancing, planets singing, time flowing like rivers. He collapsed. The next morning, the villagers found him in the woods. But he wasn't the same. Stuart could now speak any language. He solved problems no one could understand. He became a scientist, a musician, a leader, all before he turned 18. And when people asked how he became so gifted, he'd only smile and say, "I just listened when no one else did."